Hello, my beautiful spooky friends. Welcome back to Wicked Wednesday. So, I know I've been gone. If you are interested, I kind of talked about it in my last video. It's more of like a chit-chatty type video. But today, that's when I did this makeup look. Today, I am filming quite a few videos. You're going to notice that the sound is a little bit off, and I'm going to be an outfit repeater because I'm currently on crutches. And I don't want to walk upstairs because it takes me 20 minutes to change my shirt. I didn't plan this out properly. So you're going to see this outfit for a couple of videos. I am sorry. I will try and make it worth your time. But if you guys like this kind of stuff, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm at, I think, 900 subscribers, and I am so very thankful for each and every one of you. Like, that is so cool that like that many people have been like, yeah, I'm going to subscribe to her YouTube channel. Like, I don't even have that many friends on Facebook. Like, what? So, thank you so much. If you have subscribed or if you're going to subscribe, I really appreciate it. If you guys have any video ideas that you would like to see, please leave them down below. I'm always ready for some inspiration. I have lists. I think I said I have 60 Wicked Wednesday ideas that I just have to do, not including on location things that I want to do. I didn't include that in my little like notepad, and I have quite a few other videos. With that being said, I talked about it in my last video. You are going to see me start introducing different types of content to my channel. Don't worry, Wicked Wednesdays are not going anywhere. I just want to film things that I enjoy filming. This is not my job. This is something that I just have fun with. So I might as well do things that I have fun with. So you're going to see other things. If you like that stuff, great. Give it a thumbs up. That really does tell me that you like it. If not, then maybe Wicked Wednesdays are the only things for you, and that's all you gotta watch, or should watch. But yeah, well, I'm gonna get into it, and thank you again. All right, so like the title says, we are talking about haunted stories of Camp Pendleton, and not just any haunted stories. We're talking about my haunted stories. I think I already apologized for this. The sound might be a little bit wonky. We are in a new room. We moved. I don't have a carpet for this room. And I think the sound is bouncing, and you might be hearing the neighbor's son mowing their lawn. He should be done soon, though. So I am sorry if the sound is a little bit weird. So, again, my haunted stories. I lived on Camp Pendleton for, how long did we live there? 3.5 years? Yeah, we went from 29 Palms to Camp Pendleton. And I lived in Santa Margarita housing. So that is the new Camp Pendleton. The new Camp Pendleton, I think it's New Pendleton, right? The Oceanside gate. I lived in Oceanside. My zip code was Oceanside. So I lived in Santa Margarita housing, and that is on base. My house, if you walked out my back gate, you went down into a canyon. I was right by the elementary school, if you guys are familiar with the area. So I really liked where we lived. Our back porch looked out onto the ocean. Now, we weren't close. The 5 was in between us, but we were high enough that we had this beautiful view out the back. And yeah, overall, the house was a good house if you guys are moving there. Okay, so kind of a disclaimer. If you guys are new to my channel, I am what I would consider a healthy skeptic. Though I am a believer, some of you guys may think like, no, she's absolutely not a skeptic. I do think most ghost encounters can be explained away. I think we create things in our mind. Our brain tries to fill in the holes where things don't make sense. And I think that's a normal human reaction. So with that being said, if you guys can debunk anything that happened, please feel free. There is a story where I kind of debunk it myself, just for my own comfort. But yeah, if you guys have anything also, please leave it down below. I would love to hear it. Yeah, so story number 1 is when we first moved to Pendleton. We'd been living in the house maybe a month or 2. Aaron had just met now one of his best friends, and they left me at the house alone. So, okay, yeah, we moved in the house in March 17th, and I had Henry at that point. So my birthday had passed. So it was in April. So we've been in the house for about a month. And with me saying we have Henry means we had a new kitten. Henry is my cat. So I had 2 cats at the time. I had Ted, an older cat. He was 1 at the time, and Henry, a kitten. He was probably about a month old. We just gotten him, and he was still very young. He was like just a little bit older than whatever was allowed to be adopted out as a kitten. I don't know what those rules are. So Aaron had left me home alone, and if you know anything about the houses on Pendleton, you don't have AC in particular housing. So we didn't have AC. So my front door was open, my back door was open, like all of the windows were open, like letting the ocean breeze come through. I had very, very lucky since our house faced the ocean, or all of our windows faced the ocean, we had that breeze. So everything was open. I was making dinner that night for Aaron and his friend for when they came back, because he was going to go look at potentially buying a truck. And they were gone for a while, maybe like 2.5 hours they were gone. And it was about the time when I was expecting them home, or what I thought I would be expecting them home by then. I didn't expect them to be gone for so long. And I had made dinner, and everything was ready. It was just the ribs were still in the oven. They were still cooking. And because of course those take a while. And I was putting everything up, putting like all of the dishes away, everything, cleaning up my mess. So all we had was our dinner stuff and our plates to deal with at the end. And I heard the screen door rattle, and you can lock the screen doors. So I locked the screen door because I'm home alone, obviously. And I heard the screen door rattle, and then I heard my husband's voice. I am 100% sure my husband's voice. I heard my husband's voice go, "Becca," like rushed, like that. A very specific tone of, "Becca, I need you to respond to me right now. I need your attention right now." And I popped my head around like our kitchen down the hallway to the door. It's like the layout. It's like a little kitchen, and then you just bloop, door right there, like 5 feet. And I popped my head around. No one's there. There is nobody at the door. So I'm like, okay, he needs me to open the garage door or something, or he needs me to come out and help him with something. So I, barefoot, I'm like, okay, like he's home. I didn't even think anything of it. I looked like a freaking lunatic. I walk out the front door and I walk into the driveway. No one's there. His vehicle isn't there. His friend's vehicle isn't there. I literally looked around, like it's not like they could be hiding in the trees. Like I looked up and down the road. They were not there. There was nobody there. There was nobody outside. And I am positive this was my husband's voice that said my name. And sorry, absolutely positive. That was kind of like weird. Like I definitely wasn't like, oh my God, it was a ghost. But I was like, oh, that's weird. Like they're playing a prank on me. Like they have to be playing a prank on me. That was him. He rattled the door. He said my name, and he's gone. They're playing a prank on me. Him and his new buddy are trying to pull one over on me. And no, they weren't there. They were gone for probably another 45 minutes. And I brushed it off, and I was like, what the heck? I literally texted him, and I was like, where are you? Did you just come to the door? Like, I wish I could go back that far. That was like 4 years ago. No, 5 years ago. It was like 5 years ago. And I wish I could go back to those text messages to prove to you that I texted him and I said, did you just come to the door? Where are you? Because I was kind of irritated. I was like, this isn't funny. I have dinner in the oven. I'm waiting for you. I'm hungry. And no response, because he was busy. He was driving. He was in traffic on the 5. If you know, you know. And he, never responded to me. So I sat down on the couch, and I think I was watching YouTube videos on my phone. I don't remember what I was doing. But I heard the only thing I had left in the kitchen on the counter was a pair of scissors. I don't know why I left them on the counter. I just didn't put them away. But I had them pushed to the back because we had the new kitten. And I didn't know if the kitten was going to start jumping on counters or what. It's a kitten. They're feeling their boundaries out. Oh my gosh, excuse me. So I pushed the scissors all the way to the back. I don't know why I didn't just put them away, but I remember pushing them all the way to the back towards the wall. And it's like, the counter is probably about this deep, like 2.5, 3 feet deep. and 2.5. Let's say 2.5. And I heard the scissors slide across the counter and land on the floor. That rattle that scissors make. I heard that. And I was like, oh my God, the kitten just knocked the scissors off. Like, oh my gosh, it's going to hurt himself. Like, he's going to try and, like, the oven's warm. Like, he's going to do something to himself. So I get ready to get up, and then I realize the kitten is next to me. Like, the kitten is sleeping next to me. And Ted, my older cat, is asleep at the top of the stairs on the platform. I can see him because the stairs go like this. There's a platform, and then it comes down like this. I see Ted asleep on the platform. I only have 2 cats. At the time, I have 3 now. But I only had 2 cats. They're both right there. Who the hell just knocked those scissors off? So I get up, I go into the kitchen, and the scissors are on the floor. And I'm like, that fucked me up. That really freaked me out at that point. And I messaged Aaron. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think I told him what happened. Because that really, like, messed with me. And I was like, oh, I'm scared. Please come home. And then that was it. Like, that's all that happened that night. And I remember as soon as he came home, I heard him open up that garage, and I was outside. I was like, do not lie to me. You came home. You had to have come home. You came home. You're pulling a prank on me. He and his friend, Nick, were like, absolutely not. We did not pull a prank on you. We did not come home. We were up in San Clemente this whole time. Like, we were sitting in traffic. We were not here. And I finally believed him. I was so convinced that he was home. And honestly, the scissor thing should have been the thing that scared me the most. But looking back, I think the freakiest part is I know my husband's voice. That was my husband's voice. And that rattled the door. Somebody rattled the door. And whether it was a ghost or a human that sounded freakily like my husband and knew my name, I knew nobody there. Like, I'm not a social person. I didn't know anyone. I knew one person, and he does not sound like my husband. And I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. And that freaked me out. Because I remember the cats, like, weren't really reactive. They reacted to, they did. They didn't react to the scissors, but they reacted to the door rattle. Ted reacted. He, like, went and, like, kind of, like, reacted to it. But they did not react to the scissors, which I found very weird, because the scissors, I didn't just imagine hearing the scissors fall on the floor. I went into the kitchen and the scissors were on the floor, you know? So yeah, that was story number 1. Kind of long-winded, but that was just like the beginning of it all. Okay, so story number 2 is going to be a really, really quick one. And honestly, I don't know what it was. And you guys are probably going to think I'm nuts. I think it's very easily explained away, like psychologically, but I also think it can be very freaky if you don't have those, if you don't have enough, like, thought to explain it away. If that makes sense, you'll understand. So there was one night in particular, nothing really creepy had happened after that first situation, but Aaron and I had gotten into a particularly bad fight. And it wasn't like screaming and hollering and like anything crazy, but it was probably one of our worst fights. We really were butting heads. We went to bed angry. And I remember having a bad dream, like a really, really bad dream. And I don't remember exactly what the dream was. Sorry if I'm like rolling around. This is just comfy for me. I hope it's not distracting for you. But I don't remember exactly what the dream was, but I remember it being scary, and it was a nightmare. And I woke up from that nightmare, like didn't shoot out of bed, but I remember like my eyes snapping open, and Aaron, I guess, woke up at the same time because I heard him rolling over into his bedside table and pulling something out and turning on our bedroom light. And I immediately was awake at that point, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And he very quietly looks at me and he goes, I heard someone coming up the stairs. And I was like, bitch, what? Like, why'd you turn the light on? Don't let them know we know they're here. Like, just shoot them. No, I'm kidding. But he was fully convinced he'd heard someone coming up the stairs. and we ended up laying down and kind of talking, and turns out he had a very, very, very similar dream to what I had. And we both woke up from that dream because of an action in that dream. Again, I don't remember what it is, so you guys probably think I'm lying. But it's been a long time. But I remember there being like a climax of the dream that woke both of us up. And that is what woke him up, and he started hearing footsteps. And I woke up, didn't hear any footsteps. I just heard him responding to the footsteps. So that freaked me out, because like I didn't think he was pulling anything out to hurt me. I knew the sound of that happening, there was something wrong. And I don't know, it just really, really freaked me out. Okay, so I will give you guys the third one. This one will also be kind of quick. There were a lot of like little things happening in the house. I noticed like books were falling off shelves, things were not where I had left them. I was home alone a lot at that time, so I knew that Aaron wasn't moving things. I knew like if he was gone for a week, it was just me. Like he was not moving things. So either somebody else was in my house, and I will tell you guys, there was an issue with maintenance coming into the house. I'm pretty sure maintenance did come into my house unannounced at one point. When I wasn't home, but that's a whole nother situation, and definitely not paranormal. That's just wrong. But there was little things like books falling off shelves, like me watching books fall off shelves, stuff like that, uneasy feelings, weird things. I was working from home that day, and I was upstairs in the second bedroom, and this was the bedroom that I used to film in, and I had my back to the door at the time, and I was on the phone with a customer, and I started hearing, I had my back to the door, which is back here, and then as soon as you walk up the door, you take a left and you're like immediately going down the stairs. Like there's just a little closet, and then you're going down the stairs, and the stairs again go down, platform, and then go down. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And had my back to that door. Everything was locked because I'm upstairs. If I'm upstairs, I close the doors downstairs so I can hear things, you know? Everything was locked. The only windows that were open were upstairs. I started hearing, I didn't hear anyone enter the house. I heard the heaviest boot steps. Boots. These were boots. These were 1000% boots coming up my stairs. Now, if you know the houses, you know they are connected by walls. I had an end house, so nobody was on that wall. The only connection to a wall is the wall, like, on that side of the house. This side of the house where I was, there's nobody on that side. And I heard, in my soul, I heard those boot steps coming up my stairs. And I was on the phone with this customer, and I wish we recorded those phone calls, because like that was so scary. I wish I had my phone with me, like recording this whole situation, because I was shaking. I literally started crying. Like my parents here watched it, like, my child is nuts. I literally started crying, and I, out of the corner of my eye, because I was like, maybe I'm going nuts, maybe I'm hearing something outside. I kept trying to explain it away, because like, there's nobody in this house. There's absolutely nobody in this house. The doors are locked. I didn't hear anybody come upstairs. Everything is locked. I have cameras downstairs. They would have motion detected for something for me. And out of the corner of my eye, I turned very slightly, and I saw a figure. And at that moment, I was like, there is a person in my home. And again, coming back to the maintenance thing, there was a situation where maintenance was coming into people's homes unannounced. I was like, maintenance is in my house. Maintenance is going into my bedroom to try and steal something. Or somebody is going into my bedroom to try and steal something. And they don't realize that I am home. And so while I'm still on the phone with someone and I cannot hang up, I still hear him walking. I say him. This was a male presence. Hear the boot steps, see this figure, and I turn and I see like blackness, like a black figure, and it was all very, very fast, and like I couldn't see all the way down the hallway. So I see the figure go into the bedroom. At that moment, I was not thinking ghost. I was not thinking this is just a ghost. I legit thought there was somebody in my house. And I was on the phone with a customer. I had my personal cell phone in my hand, unlocked, and I was creeping towards my bedroom. I don't know what the fuck I thought I was gonna do, because I thought there was a person in there. What am I gonna do? Like throw a cell phone at them? But I walked in there, because something in me also kind of knew, like, you need to go in there. And I walk in, there's nobody in there. I checked under the bed. I checked in the closet. I literally checked everywhere in that bedroom, and there was nobody in there. And I saw someone go in there, and that really, really freaked me out. And I'm not even kidding. And like, I know it's very common for YouTubers to like over exaggerate scary stories. And like, I was sobbing. I was literally crying. Like, I was on the phone with this customer crying because I was so scared, because I thought there was a person in my house. And thankfully there wasn't, and I was able to get the customer off the phone, and everything was fine. But like, oh man, that one really freaked me out. I'm trying to think if there's any other like scary stories in that house. I know Aaron every once in a while would make a comment to me about something. He'd be like, yeah, like this happened, or like this light turned on, or like something like that. But nothing crazy. Our first house, I definitely had some stuff. I posted a video about it, but I think I took it down. I'll have to double check. If I did, I'll refilm one, because I'm much better at telling stories now than I was before, though I'm not perfect. But yeah, I feel like all of my energy has disappeared. That is it. That is my scary ghost stories from Camp Pendleton. I have heard multiple times, like people saying stuff on, like I was on the wives pages of people talking about like the ghosts in their home. I know my neighbor, when we were on talking terms, they had told me that their doors would regularly lock from the inside, and then they like couldn't get into a room because the door was locked. And they're the neighbors that we shared the wall with, because we only had one neighbor we shared a wall with. And I'd heard that had happened to other people before, but that could also be chalked up to closing a door too tight, like too hard, and faulty locks. Like, I don't know, but I definitely saw someone. I definitely heard my husband's voice when he wasn't home. And yeah, so I will let you guys go because this video is getting kind of long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please keep a lookout for other videos coming up. If you have any that you want to make public stories, please leave them down below. If you want me to read a scary story of yours, you can always email it to me and just put somewhere in it that you want me to read it on my channel, and I absolutely will. Like, I think that'd be really fun to read out your guys' stories. But yeah, I will let you guys go. Please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below of something you would like to see or a scary story. Subscribe to my channel, help me get to 1,000. That is my next goal. Hopefully I can do a giveaway of 1,000, we'll see. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day, and stay spooky. Bye.